you have no choice. Just on the government funding, we're headed into a shutdown here, potentially. Senator McConnell says that there should be no poison bills, and this should be dealt with in a clean fashion. Is he handling this right?
No, he's talking about writers, you think,
Yeah.
Ron? Is that how you take it?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no need for a shutdown, though. I mean, I'm not a shutdown guy. So, I mean, listen, this was supposed to be done in September. I mean, this is now almost March. I mean, this is just ridiculous. They've had an agreement on the top line. They've had it since January. So this is why I voted against the last CR. They've just been kicking this can down the road. I can't believe that they didn't get work done over the weekend. They've had months to do this stuff. I mean, my patience has run out. So
who's to blame?
Leadership is to blame.
Maybe you should run for the House, sir.
No.
Which leadership? Both sides?
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, they're all to blame. I mean, at this point, it's absurd, I think.
Sir, Hunter Biden will be deposed by the House Investigating Committee tomorrow.
Oh,
Do you have any expectations or anticipation of that?
Well, I'm glad that this is happening, and I look forward to then hopefully him testifying in public.
Do you think this will move the investigation or this impeachment inquiry ahead materially?
Well, I hope so, and I've been a big fan of this all happening in public. The deposition is the normal process prosecutors go through to set up a public statement in a public hearing. So I hope that this will soon happen in public, and we can all judge for ourselves.
In retrospect, was it a wise idea for Republicans to run with this 1023 now that this FBI informant has been indicted and they've been working with the Russians?
Well, I mean, this goes back to why I think, listen, all of this should be done in public, and the American people should make their own decision. You guys should be able to report on it. I mean, so let's just have it all out in the public domain, and then it won't be, the 1023 stuff. I mean, there's been a lot of these 1023s, and it's all done in the shadows. It's all, can we see it? You can only see parts of it. I mean, for heaven's sake, we wouldn't have any of these issues if we just bring these people in the public, put them under oath, and have them testify. I mean, that's my view.
But
and
you guys a lot of Republicans took the 2023 as gospel, and it turned out to be a guy who's making it up.
Listen, a 1023 is nothing to sneeze at, and there's been so many of them, I frankly have lost track which is which. But let's just have this all out in the open, and we'll all be able to see.
Out in the open, is this investigation, do you think, starting to move the needle on public opinion with regard to Joe Biden?
Well, I think public opinion's made up with regard to the president, which is that he's not fit to do the job. Listen, you have a special investigator, the special counsel for this Justice Department, who just came back and said the president willfully retained classified documents over a period of decades, willfully disclosed that material. That's a violation of the law. Willfully. That's a violation of the law. The only reason he's not being charged, according to the special counsel, is he doesn't think that he can get a conviction because he's not fit to stand trial. So he either should have the 25th Amendment invoked, because if he can't stand trial, he's not fit to be president. It's one or the other. You can't have it both ways. This is why I've called on Merrick Garland, either send the special counsel's findings to the House and call on the president to be impeached, file charges against him, or go to the cabinet and invoke the 25th Amendment. You cannot say at the same time, well, he can't stand trial because he can't form the mental requisites or the mental predicates for being prosecuted. So he can't do that. But he's perfectly able to be president now and for another 4 years. I mean, those things both can't be true. It's one or the other. I think that's the most damning thing that's emerged. And the public knows it. The American people aren't stupid. This is why when you look at polls, they say, do you think the president's fit to do the job? They say no. I mean, they're not dumb. They can see it.
Senator, on Ukraine, President Zelensky has been offering very dire warnings to Congress, saying that basically Ukrainians will die and that Russia could win if you guys don't act and approve aid. What do you say to him?
More money. Well, I'd say that we've given them $115 billion. It's more than all of Europe combined, particularly with lethal aid. And listen, I understand Zelensky. He's going to go to anybody and everybody and try to get aid. I get it. I'm sure I'd do the same if I were him. What needs to happen, though, is we need to say to our European partners, they really have got to do more. And I'm particularly looking at Germany. Germany has immense capacity. They are sandbagging, as they have for literally decades. They need to do more here. As for us, we have got to shift our focus to the Pacific. And as I've said before, I mean, listen, people who are victims of nuclear radiation can't get a dime for the federal government in my state or in numerous states around the country. I'm not voting for a dime more for Ukraine or this other foreign spending until Americans get compensated for their government poisoning them. And I'm tired of hearing from the same people who are cheerleaders for Ukraine that we don't have a dime for Americans, we don't have a dime for Missourians. That just can't be true. That cannot be right.
Senator Duckworth is going to try and see a bill tomorrow that would protect IVF and other fertility treatments. Do you think that that's a good idea, that you guys should protect these treatments?
Well, I'm for IVF. I mean, I'm pro-IVF, and it's protected in law in Missouri, in my state, and I think it should be everywhere. I'll look at Senator Duckworth's bill. I'm a little skeptical. Usually those bills are about abortion, not IVF. So, but we'll see. If it's a clean bill, then I have no problem with it. Cleanness to focus on IVF.
Senator, President Biden is suggesting there could be a truce ceasefire in Gaza maybe as soon as this weekend. Do you have any thoughts on that or any information you can share?
I don't think that he ought to be pushing the Israelis to abandon their offensive prematurely. I mean, I think we ought to be saying to the Israelis, you do what is necessary to secure your borders and secure your people. I mean, October 7th is the worst attack on Israel in decades. It was a massacre. It was attempted genocide. And the president has shifted his tone on this for one reason, politics. He's worried to death about what's going to happen in Michigan. He's worried to death about his reelection. He's terribly unpopular. So, but that doesn't change the fact that the Jewish people in Israel and frankly around the world are in danger. And frankly in this country, on our own college campuses. I mean, people can't go out wearing the Star of David, wearing a yarmulke. It's outrageous. In the United States of America, that ought to be his focus, not his reelection. Great to see you all.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, see you soon. See you soon.